Hey guys, Desolate Magic here, and it's time for some Double Masters spoilers. They're dropping some spoilers to announce when spoilers start, as usual. Don't try to find any semblance of logic in it, there is none. So actually, spoilers are certain sooner than you think, but I'll get to that later. So yeah, the basic lands in this set, though, are what we're going to look at today, and they are pretty fantastic. I'll throw up the first one here. We got the Plains. It's not quite borderless, but it's, I guess extended art would be the term. I guess technically, historically, these have been called full art lands. I've got to say, I like my plains to be like very, very blatantly white so that I can just visually, without thinking, go, oh, that's my white mana source, but it's not like there's a yellow mana source. So whatever, but some of these have in the past been pretty misleading because they're primarily like not the color they are, or the artwork is primarily not what it appears to be. Like a swamp really looks like a forest, or a forest really looks like a swamp. And that could be kind of detrimental if they didn't bother to put the mana symbol on it, because we all know when it comes to basic lands, we look visually, we don't read the title on the top. So it's really just the color average of the mana symbol, and yeah, I think they kind of nailed it with this, but I like white heavy plains. I mean, yeah, sunsets are wonderful, but like, it's not even an accurate sunset. It should be pink. Unless there's a forest fire, I guess. That just went dark. Honestly, I can't even tell if that's grass or like sand. I don't know. But yeah, I don't think these will quite get up to the price of the last lands because, I mean, they were full borderless and looked just insanely amazing. I could see these being maybe $1 to $2 a piece, though. You never know. And they could crash to 50 cents. You never know these days. But I could see people wanting them. I mean, let's look at the island here. I mean, yeah, it's clearly an island. I don't think anybody would really visually mess that up with, oh, but it has trees, it's a forest. It's primarily blue. The title's blue. It's clearly an island. And by the way, all the artwork on all 5 of these is from John Avon. I'm sure you've heard of him. He was, of course, the founder of Avon Cosmetics. Just kidding, that's not true. And I think I might be the first one to point this out. I haven't seen anybody else notice this, but this card is number 375. Now let's move on to the swamp. This one is number 377, and the plains were number 373. There's a card in between all of these. So are we only seeing 5 out of 10 lands? Yes, we are. And the reason is actually kind of funny, but kind of not. So I'll come back around to that later in the video. So yeah, the swamp looks pretty cool. I really like it. Kind of creepy, kind of nice. Then we got the mountain. I mean, yep, that's the mountain. And then we've got the forest. Yep, that's the forest. Last one's primarily red, this one's primarily green. I appreciate that. So that's not all they wanted to let you know in this Introduction to Double Masters VIP Edition article, which you're probably thinking, oh god, what the hell is that? And this article is written by actually Mike Turian, the principal product designer for Magic, and I'm pretty sure that's one of the races in Mass Effect? I don't know, never played it. But yeah, he says, I'm here to talk about the new Magic product that we are introducing with Double Masters VIP Edition. I'm sure it's just Double Masters Collector's Booster Edition. With the VIP Edition, we knew we wanted to capture the goodness our players have been loving around collector boosters, but in a product customized to a set that is 100% reprint cards. I just kind of zoned out halfway through that sentence, but it sounded like some corporate speak, buzzword bullshit to me. Just tell us what greedy shit you're up to. Why does this article have to be this long, Mike Turian? He actually does go on to say, then we knew we had to make it even more exciting. There's 2 freaking rares and 2 foils in every pack. If anything, you need to calm it down a little bit. Anyway, so we could stuff it with fancy foils and at least 4 rares and or mythic rares. What the hell? Are you serious? This is Mark Rosewater's unhealthy obsession with doubling things again, isn't it? You need to get him some therapy. That guy needs some help. And also, hashtag fire Mark Rosewater! He is absolute ass cancer on the taint of Wizards of the Coast. Anyway, the first thing we wanted to incorporate was our stunning borderless treatments, which I guess now will be exclusive to the VIP edition. Great. Not necessarily, though, but at least it'll focus on it, I guess. I don't know. I should just read the article. How about that? VIP edition has been built around this borderless treatment, so let's start by showing off these superstars of the product. There are these are 4 of the 40 possible VIP edition borderless cards you could get in foil. And we've already seen them. It's Blightsteel Claw, Sisytrax, Kalion, Mana Crypt. So each VIP edition contains 2 foil borderless cards from a selection of 40. I cannot imagine the price tag, but I'm being forced to because they don't know what MSRPs are anymore, so they're not going to tell us. It's a secret. So each of these cards was selected because they represented some of the most played cards from Commander, Legacy, Modern, and Pioneer, and we know that those players will shell out big money. Just kidding, he didn't actually say that, but I mean, he would have. Okay, it's just more hype marketing corporate bullshit, so I'm not even going to read the rest of this. Let me try and sift through this for something actually important. Okay, 3 paragraphs down after him whining about how hard the artist jobs are, even though that's not his job. As products like VIP Edition offer a great way to get foil cards, the next step was to fill the VIP Edition with tons of foils from Double Masters. You already said that. We already knew this. We've included 2 foil rare/mythic rares, 8 foil uncommons, 9 foil commons, each from the main Double Masters set, and 2 foil tokens with a token on both sides. Yeah, they're called double-sided tokens. It's literally what you guys call them. I guess you didn't attend that meeting. Hey, Mike, I don't know if you knew this or not, but foils curl and nobody wants them. So he does make one good point, I guess. It would take opening most of a display box, so assuming 24 packs of Double Masters boosters, to get 2 foil rares, and with VIP Edition, each product gives you 2 foil rares/mythic rares, guaranteed. You know, the way they're phrasing this, the amount of cards in it, I'm starting to think it's not even a booster pack. It will be more like a product, like a, I don't know, signature spellbook kind of, but like bigger, and technically that is a pack. So I don't know, maybe they'll just make a really big pack. I can almost guarantee that the way they're going to do this is sell them individually though, because they have to be like $50 or something. And you get a lot with it. I just don't see somebody dropping, let's be honest, probably $1,000 on a pack of these. Then again, I know for a fact that they're going to come from the distributor in some sort of box or case. So you'll probably see it on eBay and some lunatic will probably buy it. I sold full cases of Ultimate Masters, and not all of them went to addresses that were clearly stores. And let's just say they weren't cheap. I love how at the end he says, the VIP Edition offers the best access to foils. Oh, so don't buy it, because I don't want foils, because they curl and you can't play with them. Even double sleeving, they'll still curl. They'll screw with your shuffling. They're actually so curved they're not allowed at official tournaments because your deck will be deemed marked, and you'll have to replace it with a proxy. They're selling you an unusable defective product. I'm actually hearing some buzz about a class action lawsuit or 2 or 3 that's actually being formed right now. They were just waiting for Wizards to make enough statements to recognize that singles have value, and they did because they're idiots. So remember when I said that there's a gap in the numbers for the basic lands? Yeah, I solved that one. It says the other addition we made to VIP Edition is that each one contains 12 full art basic lands, 2 of which are foil, all by John Avon and Noah Bradley. Wait a minute. All of the 5 that we saw said John Avon. So what they're doing is they're just not showing the ones by Noah Bradley. Let's see if we can read the next sentence and find out why. You guys know why. You saw my video. These were originally found in Unhinged and Battle for Zendikar. Unfortunately, these lands were chosen long before we learned that Bradley had engaged in inappropriate, I can't say that word, conduct with members of the Magic and artist community. Thanks, YouTube censors. So Noah apparently can't keep his hands to himself, or his pants to himself, and multiple women like to cover for him, which that's wonderful. Thanks for upping the number of victims. Seriously, if he's not getting it, kick to the groin, pepper spray to the face. Or kick to the face or pepper spray to the groin. Honestly, I've heard stories from chefs that were chopping peppers and then took a bathroom break. Let's just say it was unpleasant. You know what? Kick him in both locations and pepper spray him in both locations. Just cover your bases. Yeah, you hang out with douchebags at a dumb time at a dumb place and do dumb things like drink at a bar with pervs. Let's just say you better be armed or know how to use your arms. As John Correa always says, you play stupid games at stupid times with stupid people, you win stupid prizes. So anyway, they say they were too cheap to replace the lands in time. Oh, pardon me, no, he actually said, therefore, we were unable to replace the lands in time. So they're going out with his art, but we're not going to see them probably until they get printed? I guess, I mean, if they're exempt now, we're probably not going to see them in spoiler season, but he did just tell us all of the artwork on all of the lands, all I assume 10 of them, are from Unhinged or BFZ. So if you really cared, you know, just saying. Well, I gotta say, if they're identical to the BFZ ones, those were like 29 cents. Still are, I think. Well, and then we got Unhinged, but they're not true borderless, so that's a really hard one to call. I don't know. So to reiterate, the full breakdown of the VIP edition is 33 cards plus 2 foil tokens. So it's going to be pretty big. It comes in some kind of box, but we can't see within the box. I mean, I'll throw it up, obviously. So they actually clarified that you get 2 foil borderless rares or mythic rares from a pool of, what did they say, 40, I believe? But they're only found in the VIP edition. Okay. Then 2 foil rares or mythic rares, regular frame, I guess. Then 8 foil uncommons, 8 foil commons. Those are basically filler. I mean, that could be like a $5 uncommon there, who knows, but whatever. And then 10 full art basic lands. And they even say 2 of each, so there's not going to be like weird repeats and stuff. You'll get them all. Oh, and these are only found in the VIP edition. Okay. I don't think the double masters will have land in them at all, actually. Most masters don't, even though they're draftable, because it's like, well, just go get your own damn land. Everybody kind of wishes the lands were out of the way in standard for draft. So, yeah. So, in addition to the 10 lands, you get 2 foil full art basic lands. So, guaranteed foils, which obviously it's going to devalue them when they're guaranteed, but whatever. Probably still worth a bit. I mean, the original, like, unlands, not original, the latest unset, unhinged, I believe it was, those lands are worth a lot in foil, like upwards of like $50+, I believe. I think there were 100 at the time for an island. But these are not true borderless, despite being the same artwork, and I think actually being the same artwork is going to harm them, so really hard to predict the price on that. Especially since, like I said, they're guaranteed include. I mean, they have nothing going for them at this point. I'm going to say $2-3, who knows? And finally, 2 double-sided foil tokens, which are only found in the VIP edition, but we might still have the tokens, non-foil, non-double-sided, in the regular boosters. That's actually pretty typical. And finally, we get one more card that I think we've seen before, but I'll throw it up just in case. It's one of the borderless cards. It's Doubling Season. I hate that card so much. Everybody hates that damn card. It's such a Mark Rosewater special. I think people at this point have PTSD over doubling and tripling, so yeah, I can't stand this card. So boy, I wish we knew what the price of the VIP edition would be. I can't believe they're going to just leave us in the dark. Just kidding. I went to Amazon. It's already listed, $107. Not worth it by any stretch of the imagination. But that said, this is a listing by King's Games, not anywhere else, not Wizards themselves. It looks like Legit MTG has it for about the same price, and Near Mint Games has it for about the same price. So they must have gotten some word from their, their distributor about what their cost will be, and then they just upped it to a comfortable margin for them. Will somebody undercut them? Almost definitely. So I fully assume we'll see these 80 to 90, but the price might stick. That might already be a really low margin. Who knows? I think anything above 50 for this is too much. It's all going to come down to print volume for how badly these cards crash, but it's a pool of only 40 and you're pulling them 2 at a time. I mean, yeah, it's borderless, foil, all that crap, whatever the hell. They're all really expensive cards from Commander, but that can't last. I think they're about to devalue these really badly. So if you own one of the aforementioned cards, like the 5 that we know so far, sell it. Just sell it now. Trust me, it is going to tank. Hell, sell it and then rebuy one of these in foil in borderless for the same price, except that it curls. Bit of a downgrade, but just saying, you know, you save some money on that. By the way, a full box of Double Masters is currently sitting at about like $310, $320 from sources I've seen. That sucks. Every pack is basically 2 packs because of 2 guaranteed foils, 2 guaranteed rare slots. So 1 box is basically 2 boxes. So if you take, you know, 310 cut in half, 160 a box, hey, you know, except that if you want 1 box, you have to drop over $300. But other than that, I mean, that's actually kind of a pretty good value, except that other masters in the past were between like 200 and 240, or the ones that did terrible crashed all the way to 150, I think. So, by the way, full spoilers are going to start on July 20th, just 3 days from now. So don't forget to hit subscribe because you don't want to miss my coverage of them, because otherwise it's scattered all over the place. Thanks for watching. Let me know if you're interested in this product or if you think it's a disgusting, greedy move or somewhere in the middle, and I will see you guys next video.